Hello everyone, I am Zhen. In this video, I will explain about the recycling plastic. So, this is our learning objective in this video. We will look forward after that. The next is recycling plastic. The plastic is a type of polymer with a long carbon chain. It is also a material that contains an organic substance of large molecule weight. For the recycle part, it is the process to convert waste to useful product. So what is the recycling plastic? So recycling plastic is the process to convert the waste plastic to a new and useful product. Plastic recycling rates are typically much lower rates of other materials. Yeah, this is recycled plastic. So this figure shows the global plastic production. The summaries are the plastic production is keep increasing in global and it reached 459.75 million tons in years 2019. So this figure shows the plastic waste emitted to the ocean per capita in 2019. So it has the summary, which is this figure, and show the Malaysia reached 2.29 kg per person, which could emit the plastic waste into the ocean. While our neighbor country, which are Singapore and Philippines, the Philippines is reached 3.3 kg per person and Singapore reached 0.03 kg per person, which could emit the plastic waste into the ocean in years 2019. So let's see what is the of plastic. This is the common plastic we can see in our life. So we can separate it into two sections, which is the plastic can be recycled and other part is plastic which cannot be recycled. So this figure show the type of plastic which can be and cannot be recycled. So next, non-recycled plastic. Commonly, a thermoset is non-recycled plastic and is typically produced from a blend of petrochemical resin. When the cross-link and the crew form bonds that cannot be broken down. So it is the non-recycled plastic. So what is the solution for them? Landfill, reuse and repurpose, and sometimes unfortunately it will flow to the ocean. So these are the disadvantages of using the plastic which cannot be recycled. The first one is landfill. The waste plastic will in contact with the water inside the land will form a leakage which is harmful and acid. Leakage will diffuse into the river and the ocean and it is acidic, so it is poison to the ecosystem and harm wildlife. The second is flow to the ocean. The waste plastic will accumulate to form a Great Pacific garbage patch and they will turn the water dirty and harmful. Sometimes some of the marine life will eat them and unfortunately die. So this figure is the Great Pacific garbage patch. So next, there are the two types of recycling plastic. First is traditional and the second is advanced. For the traditional is mechanical recycling. Plastics are milled and then processed to create new plastic goods. Recyclers use injection molding to turn the milled material into the new items. This has a video to show the traditional recycling process.
Varex is a novel method to enhance thermomechanical recycling of plastics and polymeric textiles. The name Varex comes from value retention extrusion. Better quality increases value and utilization rate of recycled plastics. With the help of the Varex method, plastic product manufacturers can utilize constant quality recycled materials in their production. The idea is based on inline viscosity measurements and control of the recycled materials, which allows maintaining or even upgrading the material properties by addition of specific polymers or additives to enhance the quality of recycled thermoplastics. Also, the variation of the recycled materials can be balanced either within the recycled material batch or between the batches. In the Varex process, recycled plastic material is firstly melted and pre-homogenized in a single screw extruder. Melted material is further filtered in order to remove impurities from the material, which is the first step of improvement of recycled material quality. After filtering, the melt flow properties of the recycled feedstock is determined and continuously monitored. Thereafter, the viscosity behavior of the recycled plastic can be tailored by adding virgin polymers or other additives in a twin screw extruder, where efficient mixing of the materials takes place. If the measured viscosity is too low, a controlled amount of correct virgin polymer will be introduced to the twin screw extruder from a gravimetric feeding system. Likewise, if viscosity is too high, the same kind of procedure will be performed. This constant monitoring and mixing of materials will ensure the desired viscosity output. This is based on smart additivation by using a VTT in-house developed model-based software controller. After the twin screw extrusion stage, the final output material viscosity is measured by an inline rheometer, providing feedback to the smart additivation control. Based on the inline viscosity measurements, the controlling unit steers the feeding units and adjusts the process continuously. Varex is the future for high-quality, mechanically recycled plastic compounds.
So next is advanced type of recycling process. So there are three types. First is pyrolysis, chemical, and recycling gasification. For the pyrolysis is it will convert the blast trash into the crude oil, and the chemical is reduce a polymer into a monomer that can be used to make a new product. It is known as chemical recycling. Some of the manufacturers will recycle the chemicals to create the neurons. For the third one is recycling gasification. So the plastic is transformed into the gas through the gasification process, which will produce the energy. So this I also prepare a video from the YouTube, which can show in detail about the pyrolysis. So let's see.
Chemical recycling of plastic waste by fast pyrolysis. New technologies are needed to handle plastic waste and recycle it back to new plastics in the future. One of the most promising chemical recycling technologies is pyrolysis, which has the capability to handle also more challenging waste plastic streams. In pyrolysis, the degradation of organic materials takes place under the effect of heat and in the absence of oxygen. To obtain high wax and oil yields, good temperature control, and very efficient heat transfer to plastic particles is needed. This can be obtained in a fluidized bed reactor, where a fluidization gas is used to mix the plastic particles with the hot sand at around 600 degrees Celsius. Nitrogen, steam, or the product gas are typically used as the fluidization gas in the process. After the pyrolysis, reactor cyclones are used to separate char, sand, and inorganic materials from the gases before the quenching of the product vapors. For product quenching, scrubbers, impact separators, and electrostatic precipitators are used to cool the gas and separate the liquid droplets from the non-condensable gases. Depending on the process conditions, pyrolysis yields typically a mixture of wax and liquid as a main product, which can be further upgraded into chemicals, fuels, and new plastics in an oil refinery. Besides liquid products, a hydrocarbon-rich gas is also produced, which can be used for olefin production or in the pyrolysis process for providing energy for heating. Upgrading plastics pyrolysis waste by hydrotreating at VTT. Plastics pyrolysis oil typically contains several impurities, such as metals, halogens, acids, oxygen, sulfur, and nitrogen, depending on the quality of the feedstock. These impurities need to be removed before the oil can be recycled and used for the production of materials. In the hydrotreating process, the plastics pyrolysis oil and hydrogen gas are preheated and pumped through a tubular reactor. The preheated feed flows through the fixed catalyst bed where the impurities react with hydrogen gas, producing water, ammonia, and hydrogen sulfide, among others. Acid groups and double bonds are hydrogenated. The reaction takes place in the catalyst bed at elevated temperatures ranging from 300 to 400 degrees Celsius and elevated pressures ranging from 30 to 100 atmospheres in the presence of a catalyst containing of an alumina base impregnated with cobalt, nickel, and molybdenum. The hot reaction product stream is cooled before it flows through the pressure controller and undergoes a pressure reduction down to about 3 to 7 atmospheres. The resulting mixture of liquid and gas is separated by pressure reduction. The oil phase contains the upgraded oil product, which can further be upgraded and fed to, for example, a steam cracker. VTT possess a 4-folded hydrotreating unit suitable for upgrading plastics pyrolysis oils by contacting the oil with hydrogen in the presence of a selected catalyst. There are 4 parallel reactors, which allows testing of 4 different catalyst or process conditions simultaneously. The diameter of the reactor tubes is 16 to 19 millimeters, which makes the testing of industrial-size catalyst extrudates possible.
Yeah, that's all about the pyrolysis. So next, I will explain about the process of recycle. So for the first part is collection of waste plastic. The recycle bins near the resident neighborhood, public space, and the industrial zones will be collected. So after that, it will be sorting of plastic into the categories. So basically, this procedure will separate the plastic according to their size, color, thickness, and identical application. So for the third part is washing the waste plastic to remove the impurities. Cleaning will get rid of contaminants that could harm a new product or lower its quality. Shielding and resizing to break down the plastic into the smaller pieces. Material will be fit into the shielder. So for the part number 5 is identification and separation of plastic. Is to determine the class and the grade of the plastic. Testing is necessary. And it comes to the last part is compounding. The pellets are made by smashing and melting the plastic particle during the compounding process. So it is also known as extrusion. So we will know the role of additive is important in manufacturing of plastic. It will provide the means whereby the process problem, property performance limitation, and restricts environment stability. There are several types of additive. First is anti-static, antioxidant, emulsifier, anti-fogging, filler, plasticizer, lubricant, solvent stabilizer, UV absorbers, and release agent, as well as thickness. The advantages to additive are improve the stiffness, strength, general durability, thermal resistance to refuse, and the view. So these are the example of the product. The drink bottles and food trays, polyester fabric for the clothing, wheel bins and food credit, reused sack and carrier bag, composter and bombers, wheel edge liner and bumpers on car, damp roof membrane, reusable crate, pellets, flower pot, seed tray, watering cans, and the last one is water butt. So there are several benefits of recycle: to reduce the amount of trash, create a new job, reduce the risk of harmful gas, conserve the space used as landfill, prevent the global warming. So for the first part, reduce amount of trash. So if we recycle the plastic, we can reuse or repurpose the waste plastic to form a new product. For example, the use of dye. So we can use it as our flower pot. And also, if we recycle the plastic to undergo the traditional method to recycle the plastic, it will become a new plastic resin for the further the plastic product. Create a new job. So how to create a new job? Basically, when the recycling process is large and huge, and it requires large of the manpower, thus the company will employ more employees to conduct the recycling plastic process. So it will create a new job, reduce release of harmful gases. Some of the people will burn the waste together, and the waste include the plastic, and basically it will come out a lot of acidic gas such as sulfur dioxide, nitrous dioxide, and these are acidic and harmful gases. If we use the plastic waste as the landfill, and thus it will conserve the space and prevent global warming. So these are the experts in Malaysia's view on recycle. They think that put more focus on reusing plastic instead of recycling. So Malaysia Plastic Recyclers Association Secretary General Datuk Jason Yu said that when you send to recyclers, they have to think of a way to wash it, hot wash or whatsoever, and the cost will increase. So for the next one is the Zero Waste Malaysia co-founder and director Ko Sui Yi. She said that we do encourage people to recycle less. Why? Because recycling requires a lot of energy, and globally, the recycling rate is 9%. Yeah, so in Zero Waste Malaysia, we always believe waste prevention is better than cure. So it comes to conclusion. Recycled plastic is necessary for the world. Trash made of plastic can be recycled and used again for many projects. Plastic waste that can be recycled needs to go through several steps. It's clear now why recycling plastic is beneficial. Reducing plastic consumption is more important in Malaysia than recycling. Thank you for watching.